So how was the game, guys? Did you enjoy yourselves? Did you get lots of kills? If there was killing. How was the game, guys? Let me know.
Lots of dismemberment.
Oh yeah, we've got to have some dismemberment. It's got to be armed everywhere.
And other types of members.
Oh, there's that too, but we're not going into that discussion. Much.
Oh, we'll go into that later.
Yeah, that's for
and out of it.
That's.
And into it again.
I was gonna say that's the After Dark special. Jesus.
That was a visceral reaction.
To the answer, yeah.
Honestly, Elvish, I'm surprised. I'm gonna be waiting for your reaction when I get to a certain part of the game in the anchor part of Hollow Fragment. I expect you to be lewd as all hell when we get to that.
Odds are I probably won't stay in for very long because I don't find Sword Art Online that to be interesting to watch. So yeah, more than likely I will just be very silent, and yeah. So.
Or you could just put the stream on and just go do your other things and have it running in the background.
That's what I do.
Yeah. So that's what I do a lot.
So you lurk.
Yeah,
Basically,
well,
yeah.
I kind of say that to people. I'm like, oh, I'm coming in, but I'm lurking. Or I won't, like, Sonnoms will attest to this, because I do this to a lot to Sonnoms. I come in, say, hi, Sonnoms, and then Sonnoms is doing stuff, and I'm like, okay, I'll just put this up on my second monitor, and then I'm off doing my other thing. Like, whose stream was I in? I was in someone's stream, not one of yours.
Yep.
Whose was it? I can't remember. Was it Marcus's? I think it was Marcus's. I was doing it. I was video editing for my YouTube channel. I just put Marcus on the second monitor and I was editing the video at the same time. Word of advice: never edit a video with the audio the same volume as someone you're watching.
Oh no.
Oh boy! A few times I'm like, hang on, did I what? I'll just replay that, and I'm like, oh shit, no, I didn't want that in there. Oh my god, so many times Marcus said something, and I'm like, that's not what's supposed to be in my video, and then I go back and went, wait, that is supposed to be in, so many times I was editing videos, I'm thinking, I have to rephrase this. Oh wait, no I don't. What have I done? Oh, so bad. I should have been able to edit that and have it done within 3 hours, and ended up taking 6 because of Marcus. I don't blame Marcus. It's just the problem was because I was concentrating on the video editing and him, video editing him, and I was just like, no, I've got to get the video finished. I need to finish the editing.
You should just go into a stream one day and just say, "You motherfucker, you fucked up my edit. How dare you?"
But the thing is, though, it's not really his fault because he doesn't know it's happening.
Make it funnier.
Like, there've been times where I've had a stream going in the background, and I've been streaming myself, and I've gone, and I'm not realizing I'm not in a call with the person, and I know you are, and it's like, wait, why haven't they replied? And then I realized, oh shit, and they've just gone. Are you talking to? And I've gone, whoops, sorry, I've got a stream going in the background.
Wrong person, yeah.
I took wrong grip.
Yeah.
I've even fucking said it in their stream, and it's like I had someone say to me in my stream, and I wrote, and as I've typed, and I started replying to that, and I was like, and I've gone, oh shit, I did not say that. It gets us all. It's evil when your mind switches to something else.
Oh, well, because I wanted to get this video done and dusted before, well, yesterday. So I ended up all day Friday. I recorded it Friday morning, and then I had to do something for my father. Then I came back, started working on it. Marcus was on, so I thought I wanted to join him and see what he was up to. Saw him playing the game. I thought, I'm not interested. I want to get this video done. So I went, screw it, put it on the second monitor, and then had it going. And it didn't register at the time that the audio that I was watching him on was the same audio that I had on my video editing. Because normally I want to listen to what I'm saying if I have to things. Because sometimes when I'm recording, I'll say, edit this out or cut this or something like that. Every single time they came up, Marcus would say, "Oh shit," or something like this, and it was just like, "Oh, da da da," and then I'd go back and go, "Okay, let's just quickly make sure of it," and then I'll go through the video, and then it's like, "That's not meant to be in there. Get rid of that. Put that in." Okay, go through it again, and then you watch it again, and it's like, "Okay, my future self, make sure you add this into this." Why is that still in there? So the video would have been like 50 minutes long when it should have been like 30 minutes, and I'm like, "Oh, I have to go through this and edit it again." Ugh.
Because
Always
of
works.
how long these streams are, I can't link my YouTube up to it and have the streams go over to that.
Well, you don't have to
YouTube
go.
is a bitch.
You don't have to go for long times. Like the only reason I go for 9 hours because there's like literally nothing to do. All right, I gotta go. Have a great stream. Will do, JB. Take it easy, dude. Thank you again for the raid. Much appreciated.
How the case
Wait,
is for me.
shush.
I've got nothing else to do.
Yes. Bye, JB.
See you, JB. Have a good night, man. All right, now you can talk.
Have
Shadow.
a wonderful day.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.
But because I'm mainly going for long periods of time, I can't afford to go put it on YouTube because YouTube has a limit on hours.
Yeah, you're not allowed to put anything more than 4 hours now.
Yeah.
Unless there's
you're sponsored or something like that.
Partnered or something. Yeah, you can do longer. Because I've tried to put in like the 8-hour videos I've done, and it says it's exported across to it, and then when you go to YouTube,
but it won't upload.
But when you go to YouTube, there's like literally nothing there.
It won't upload the video.
Yeah, well, it does upload it because it does show up in the video feed, but when you go to watch it, there's nothing there. So, and I had recently I had the one where we were all talking about the next Carbon Rider 01. I got flagged for that on my YouTube channel. I'm like, wait, what? It's not even out yet. And I thought, okay, what's the warning? I looked into it, and the Bunkai Namco were like, yeah, you can't put this up. I'm like, but it's a press conference from Japan, and I'm explaining in English to people who don't understand. How is this not allowed? And like, oh, we just don't allow it because we don't want people to know about it. I'm like, you made the freaking announcement on YouTube that this was happening. Why is it banned? And they just kept giving me the same thing. And then I'm like, well, hang on. Here's 3 other YouTubers that have done it. Why haven't you flagged them? I haven't heard back from them. So I was like, well, that's freaking annoying. So I deleted the video. And I'm like, well, now I don't have anything for Saturday. And then that's when I ended up putting up the merch video. Because it's like, well, I don't have anything else to do. Let's just do that. Oh.
It's kind of like a...
double edge.
It's kind of like Overly Sarcastic Productions, who do like all the mythology videos and everything. They did a fantastic video once of basically explaining how college in America is very similar to Dante's Inferno, and they were putting certain types of people in different circles of hell depending on what they do in college, and it's a fantastic video. And right at the end, they play 3 seconds of Highway to Hell by AC/DC. That video is 4 years old and only recently was copyright claimed by the people who apparently own the rights to the song. It's like 4 seconds long or 3 seconds long or something like that, and they just claimed the video. So they're not even making any money off the video. They're just like, oh, well, we're going to make sure that this is blocked so no one else can see it. And apparently the people who run the channel were just like, okay, then I'm going to dispute this and see what you have to say. And they said nothing. So the whole claim thing just was completely forgotten entirely. So they were like, seriously? You blocked our video for that long and now you're just like, we don't care anymore. So, yeah, people who do this kind of stuff are really just slimy, I feel. Yeah. Well, even What was another one? There was another one I heard about that was like just abysmal the way they handled the whole copyright scenario. I think it was a PlayStation Access video when they were interviewing Nolan North from Uncharted and everything like that. And the whole thing was very simple. It was literally just a conversation with him about the games he'd been in, and it was really cool, really great. And there was a tiny bit of music that was playing in the background. And this one random guy in the comments was just like, hey, you've used my music. You did not ask for permission for that. And he wound up getting the video blocked for a month, but then didn't follow up with anything. It turned out he had nothing to do with the music in the video and was literally just trying to see if he could get the video copyright blocked, and he did. Just because he said in the comments that this video has used my music that you have no right to use. So that kind of showed how broken it was, especially back then.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. The system is pretty flawed when it comes to that sort of... Would you let me get into a match, you piece of shit? Oh. I had, what was it, when I first started doing YouTube stuff, I ended up... I was trying to find an outro video, or an outro song, and I couldn't find one that I liked. And then eventually I stumbled across one. It didn't have any info about, it's from such and such and all this thing. So I didn't know. I just thought, it seems like it's a copyright-free video song. So I thought I'll use that. I used it for 3 videos. 3 videos. There was not real much content when I first did YouTube. So there wasn't anything to it. I thought, whatever. No one said anything. No one did anything. Videos were up. They were fine. No problems. A year later, I get an email from YouTube saying I have to either pony up money or there'd be a lawsuit. And I'm like, wait, what? For what? And they're like, you used a song that is owned by such and such. I'm like, have you watched the videos? Do they look like there's much video music in them? They're like, yeah, these 2 songs. I'm like, but they're not 2 songs. It's literally an outro audio. And they're like, yeah, well, it's copyright. You can't use it. You didn't get permission from said person.
Wow.
But there's a link. If you go through the description, audio is from such on this with a link to who it is. Supposedly, that account had been suspended. And I didn't know that had happened because as me doing when I first started doing YouTube stuff, I didn't know that. So it was like, so what the hell do I do? So I sent them a thing saying, look, I really didn't know what this was. I didn't know. It originally had no titles. It said it was not part of any major conglomerate and all that. I really didn't know about it. It seemed like a really cool sound effect. I thought I'd put it in as an outro to a video. And they're like, blah, 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 well, you still have to give us money. I'm like, there's 12 views on it, dude. Do you really expect me to give you money for 12? Are you freaking kidding me? Dude, look how many people I have subscribed. At a time, I think I had like 20, 30 people. So how do you expect someone to give you any money when he's already not getting money in the first freaking place? In the end, YouTube just turned around and said, well, you either can remove it or we'll just mute the whole audio. I went, all right, took them off. And that was it. They didn't say anything after that. And I'm like, wow, system is really flawed in this.
I think a lot of the time, like, the people who claim it, like, a while back I watched a YouTuber, this kind of Let's Play YouTuber, who I really liked, because I really liked her attitude when it came to games. She wasn't out there, she was just very down to earth, and, like, her reactions to things were extremely fun, especially since she played a lot of the games that I would play. Yeah. So it was cool to see.
Who?
Oh, hey, Krug.
Hello.
Oof. Who are you talking about?
Just a streamer.
Well, she used to be a Twitch streamer, and she's now a YouTuber. And her name is Susie Lou, and I think she's a Scottish YouTuber, and she's made it very clear before that don't use my footage. Just please don't use my footage. She's like, please get permission from me first, or anything like. Just please don't use my footage just willy-nilly. And I thought, okay, very fair, very understandable. But then this one guy, he used about, I'd say maybe 20 seconds or so of a reaction moment she had while playing the game The Last Guardian. And it was just her crying over how beautiful she found it. She was just like in tears. It was something she loved beyond belief. And he used that afterwards. He used that meme of the guy going, "Stop it, get some help." And it was like it wasn't funny, this guy's video that he did. It was just this like random moment, just kind of as his joke, so to speak. And she, instead of like sending him an email saying, "Look, I don't appreciate this. Could you please take the video down?" She just immediately made a strike against his channel. And as he's a smaller channel, it was something that could have had the potential to completely destroy any YouTube he could further do from that point. And he looked it up. He found out, yes, I am well within my right to do this small amount of something and put something over it that is comedic, because I'm not doing it verbatim from the video. And without a word, she just removed the whole strike type thing, and that was it. So instead
I remember this person. I just found a video when I looked her up. First thing, using copyright strike again.
Yep.
That's funny.
Yeah, and so after that, I kind of fell off watching her, because it was like, even when she explained it in a video, she was like telling my side of the story, and she was like, this is the kind of thing that can only be resolved in court, yada yada yada. And immediately after saying that, she said, I own the rights to my own face. So if I say don't use anything from my videos, then I am well within my rights to copyright strike any person who uses it, no matter how short a part of the video they make it. And a lot of people were just kind of like, oh dear, you're kind of
a dick.
Yeah, you don't really think clearly about these kinds of things, do you? You're just kind of like, I don't like that a person has done this, so I'm going to jeopardize their entire thing on YouTube because they're a smaller YouTuber and I have the power and influence to make it so they'll disappear. So,
and I'm not making the money that they are from that video.
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
Now she's,
or maybe they're not.
well, even now she's pretty much left gaming behind, because according to her, there are too many negatives associated with being involved with the gaming community. And I kind of had this chuckle in the back of my mind, and I was like, gee, I wonder why. I wonder why you in particular have found it a bit difficult with the gaming community, considering that you jeopardized the integrity of a YouTube channel who was just doing a joke.
Well, she did just upload one that said, or that showed Red Dead Redemption 2. She barely has an accent. That's It almost sounds fake.
Yeah, a lot of people have asked her about her accent before. All I know is that she lives in Scotland. But yeah, it's just really funny, because she was like hardcore into gaming and everything like that, and she would upload like lots of stuff. And even a few years back, she did a live stream or something of a political event that I think was happening in England at the time, and a lot of people called her up on that with this whole copyright situation, because they were like, you know, you live streamed this political thing that you have no ties to. You do not own any of the rights or whatever to use footage from it. but you live streamed it. And she was like, that is totally different. All right, I was having a conversation with people in my chat, and so I had it on my channel because I was streaming it as well, and that's all we were doing. We were just having a chat about it. And I found it very funny how she was able to rationalize her own sort of breach, so to speak.
I don't know how laws are over there, but over here, if you're in public space, you can be videotaped, and there's nothing to protect you from that. If you're not in public space, if you're on private property, then things, not so much. Like, there's videos of police officers telling people to put away their camera, but they are not legally inclined to.
Well, in this regard, it's just where it was this political debate that was going on at the exact moment, and she took the footage that was currently being broadcast and put it on her own channel. So it wasn't where she was just having a conversation, she literally was just taking the footage from another channel and streaming it through her own channel as well. And a lot of people were just kind of like, isn't that the exact same thing you're accusing this person of, but just in a different way? And she was like, oh no, it's totally different. And I thought,
no, it's not.
Yeah. And I just thought, I don't think I'll be watching any more videos of you because I kind of get the feeling you're a massive dick behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Did anyone see the recent news? There's some woman beat the living... Well, she was beating her own dog up.
A dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Brooke something. Whoa, what happened?
If that's the one I'm thinking of, she didn't beat the actual shit out of him.
No,
she
didn't.
Kept kicking at him and being a dick.
Yeah, she kept... Well, yeah, but if you
even when he wasn't even close to her, she like reached out to kick at him and kicked him.
And she apparently spits on him in the video or something.
We don't know
like
about the spit. I didn't see the full...
I didn't see that.
I didn't watch the full video, but Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, Lord Minion 777 and Bob were talking about it in their 3Ps in a pod thing.
I've had to violently shove my dog off me many times, but she's big.
Yeah.
Just jumps on you. That's the only exception. But like, the problem is she did it on camera, and she's not getting punished for it.
Well, she might be actually, because so basically.
Oh, she might be, okay.
So basically, okay, the guys were talking about it in stream. That's why I'm bringing it up, because Elvish was doing it. Or had said just what happened with this person. So basically, they were talking about it, and basically, Mark said, he can understand what happened, and I'm like, well, can someone give me a bit more light on what's going on? So I did the stupid thing, and I went to look it up. So basically, what it is, she was recording a video. She was trying to pull a prank on her dog. And I'm like, okay, that sounds plausible.
Wait, I didn't see this one.
Yeah, well, this is what it is. So this is supposedly this is the story behind the incident. So basically, what it was is she was trying to prank the dog. She had edited it, done all these things. For some unknown reason, she accidentally uploaded the raw footage.
What?
Yeah, this is the reasoning. So she uploaded the wrong raw footage of what she actually did. Now, when Mark said that, I went, she accidentally did this? Or she meant this? Now, I watched the video. How do you not go and check the video before uploading?
Yeah.
So anyway, so I'll continue and then I'll explain that in a sec. So basically, what she then does in the video is she's like, oh, I'm going to prank my dog, blah, blah, blah. He's this big Great Dane, all that sort of shit. Why is my video feed now gone completely black?
Oh, it has too. That's weird.
Yeah. So basically, she went to do it, and then he was in such a mood. He was really excited. Like, oh, she's playing with me, like, again, as a dog would do. Like, he loves his owner. He wants to be around, whatever. He wasn't doing the things she wanted. So she got to a point where she's in this side room, and she shoves him, like, quite hard. She goes like, stop it! And she pushes it really hard. And I'm like, all right, calm down. Calm down. Don't need to do that. And then she starts grabbing his head and pushing it down. And I'm like, no. no, 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 you don't do that to a dog. And then the scene transitions to another one where she's kneeling down and she's trying to explain what she wants to do. The dog runs in, like it's running around behind her, then comes in front, and then all of a sudden he comes up and, just being a dog, he goes up to try to nuzzle her face, and she's just gone whack. And I went, no! And I'm like, okay, I get that. That when the dogs do that, yeah, you don't have to bitch slap this dog. And then she grabs it quite hard and slams his head down on the ground in front of her. And I'm just
Jesus.
like, no, okay. And she's like really angry about it. And then she lets it up, it runs off somewhere, and then all of a sudden he's thinking, oh, okay, she's playing. So he gets into that thing, you know how the dogs do, where they get on they lean forward on their paws, and they're like, yeah. So it did that, and she's looking at it like, I'm gonna beat, like, if you look at the face of her, she's like, I'm gonna beat you up, like, I'm like, that's not a look you should give your dog. That's not a look.
No.
And I'm like, okay, this is a bit bizarre. This is a bit violent. You don't need to go at your dog. And then she walks off screen for a second, and because of the way that she's got it set up, is that you can see her TV and it's reflecting what she's doing to the dog. So you see her standing up and she's like yelling at it, saying, "Get down!" Rah! And you can see like she looks like she's pushing him down, or he's trying. And I'm like, girl, what the? You don't do this to your dog, of all things. And like there's more to it, but I couldn't watch it. I'm like, no. Sorry, that's. I would never do that to a dog. Like, my brother's dog, Merlot, absolutely gorgeous looking dog. She shits me off to no end, but I would never get violent with that thing.
No.
Hell, if I stepped on her, I would kill her. That's how small she is. No way in hell would I do what that Brooke did to her dog. And then I went back and listened to Mark's argument, and he goes, "Look, I get it. It was because they sort of have a no with these people." And I'm like, okay, but how are you justifying what she just did? And then
I don't see that, especially since Mark, especially on social media, seems to care so much for his dog.
Which is what I'm about to say. So basically, in the thing, he does not condone what she did. But, and this is what annoyed me with Mark, and I'm like, I don't know whether you should have said this. He goes, but the way she went about it was wrong. And I'm like, the fact that she even did it, and she knew that she did it, is a bad thing.
Especially on camera.
Yeah,
like,
even though she has said countless times that video should not have gone up. I'm like, do you not literally check your videos before they go up? Now, I know for Mark's case, I know for Wade, and I know for Bob, they have their editors edit it, and then they send it back to them, and then they upload it. Okay, that aside, no problem with that, because at least someone else is checking it.
Yep.
But Brooke is who she is. Why didn't she check it? Anyway, later on, Wade turns around and says to her, "Oh, this Crank Gamer or Crank something has offered to buy Brooke's dog from her." Now I went, that's cool and all. Brooke should still be getting in trouble one way or the other. And
it'd be akin to it as well if, like, I've seen a lot of YouTubers who have their family at times in videos, like their kids and everything. It'd be akin to getting angry at the kid and then bashing the kid on camera because they're not doing what you want them to do. And it's like, I do not understand how she could not get even slightly in trouble for something like this.
Well, supposedly she's not, which is the first, and this is the thing Bob said. I get Bob was joking around, being a little dick as he usually is, but again, it's Bob nonetheless. He actually said, "Oh, I like beating up dogs." Now I know why he did it. He said it that way, could have been a bit better place, but I know he was trying to use that as, oh, I'm breaking the tension, because Bob, Mark, and Wade were fuming. Like, if you watch the video of them talking about it, they looked like they were going to jump through the screen and beat the shit out of someone. Like, they were at that mind. Because as Mark said, there is no way in hell he would ever, 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 ever hurt Chica. And I know that of Mark. He would not. He loves Chica to death.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was sort of like, oh my god, that's just... Oh. But I watched the original video that she put up, and I'm just like, I check my videos. I check them even when I've finished editing them, just to make sure it's fine. How? For who you are and how many freaking people watch your YouTube, do you not look at that shit? It's like, oh no, I edited the video, but I uploaded the wrong one. Did you clearly not mark it right? How is this person not thinking? And then she made... Oh, go. Sorry.
I was just going to say, it's no different to when I'm uploading an assignment in this business course I'm doing right now. Because every single time I do it, I make sure, okay, I have adhered to what's been said. I've made sure to put in all the relevant information that I need to, like the first 2 assignments. Sheets. I've never worked with spreadsheets in my life. It was a new experience, so I thought, okay, I'm going to learn as I go, and I'm going to make sure I do it to the best of my ability. And the second assignment in particular, the teacher, she said, this is flawless. There is nothing here that I can critique. The formulas are perfect, the column data you've put in, the pie chart data, everything, you've done it superbly. And whenever I upload something, I make sure it's all correct. No spelling mistakes, no errors, no anything, because I need to make sure, okay, I want this to be as good as it can possibly be. Yeah. And I would be exactly the same if I was uploading a YouTube video. Every beat, every cut, every edit, every moment, I want it to be as clear and concise for the people watching, because that's ultimately who I'd be doing it for.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I completely get where you're coming from there.
Yeah. Hey, but that's the thing, like, it's so bizarre the way it just was done. And then she made an apology tweet about it. That, to me, sends the biggest thing in my head, like, how many subscribers do you have? If I was them, I would be, like, unsubscribing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, from what Mark had said, it didn't sound like she apologized. And I'm like, wait, what? I went, wait, she didn't? She literally did not apologize for what just happened. I'm like, come on.
There are some people who won't apologize purely because, like Philip Newson last year, who was caught at IGN plagiarizing countless reviews of games, where this one YouTuber was just like, you know, your video about this particular game is eerily similar to how I've worded my own review on my channel. And he was investigated, and he was just like, so come at me. You think you can find more stuff I've apparently plagiarized? Go ahead. He really shouldn't have said that, because they found at least 15 cases of where he had overtly plagiarized from other people's YouTube channels and online reviews of things. And it took him an entire year to actually put out anything meaningful like an apology. Like, the first one he did was over-dramatized and over-exaggerated, and then he just out of nowhere came back to his YouTube channel and was just like, hey guys, so I'm back now, let's play some games. And people were like, are you serious? Are you actually serious? You are away because you plagiarized games and you're coming back with this?
Yeah.
And then a short while after that, about a month later, he was like, guys, I'm sorry. And I was like, apology. You aren't sorry.
Yeah, I know. We're probably breaching terms and service with Twitch doing this, but
Oh no.
it's sort of like these sort of things are things that are like, what's the word? I don't want to say plagiarizing. What's the word? There's an actual word for it. It's something, not just something to talk about, but it's just something that a lot
It's
of
not
us.
slanderous.
No, it's not
I wouldn't
slanderous.
say.
Yeah, it's not. That's not the word I was looking for.
It's not slanderous if it's the truth.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just some of these things affect us, whether it is emotional or physical. These sort of things do affect everyone. For me, especially, like when Elvish said what he said, it just that resonated in my head, and I thought I want to say something about this because, to me, what she did was wrong. I clearly would never do that. Like, yes, the dogs are dogs. They're not smart. They don't speak English. Like, we don't understand what they're going to do. So obviously, he's going to do things that he did.
If you really want it to stop, you train them.
Yeah, well, that's it. Supposedly, she said he was trained. I'm like, was he? Was he really?
Clearly not.
Like, that's the thing. Like, this dog, just by the look of it, looks like a smart dog. He was just, he was in a very playful mood. He wanted to play with his owner. She just didn't click on it. She just thought, screw this, I want to make a video where I can prank the dog. Well, the dog's smarter than you and clearly did not want to be pranked. But, it just, how it blew up so much. Like, people are doing video things
She
about
pranked
it.
herself.
Yeah,
So
well,
the dog pranked her.
yeah. It's just,
Hey, guess what? I'm gonna make your YouTube channel go away. Or Twitch channel. Whatever.
Yeah. Well,
Easy
supposedly
clap.
she still has it, but she's lost a lot of like deals and stuff like that. So, as far as Twitch, I don't
Dog's
know what
like-
she's done. Yeah.
Well, I totally agree with what you said before as well about how these kinds of things do affect us. It doesn't just affect emotionally or anything like that. It also wrongfully puts a stain on the community as a whole, where suddenly people are just like that whole thing that's happening in Walmart, I think, over in America at the moment, where they're literally removing violent video games or whatever off the shelves, but they're still allowing guns to be sold there. And
Yeah, so that's a bit,
yeah, and I think the thing that really annoys me is when these types of people come about and they, whether it's
Well,
accidental
not every
or
Walmart
whatever,
sells guns, by the way.
yeah, but
It's only like certain big ones.
but the fact that there are so many content creators out there and so many who I believe do have integrity and who do treat others with respect and they treat people the way they want to be treated. The problem when these people come about is just how much of a stain they can put on the community, because it's just like, oh, well, this YouTuber abuses her dog, yada yada. Suddenly, massive more things come under scrutiny when it comes to a lot of other people in the YouTube community. And
What do you mean?
yeah, well, it suddenly puts all of YouTube in a way under a microscope, because
yeah. But YouTube's been under a microscope for a while. Like, you can watch. Sorry to cut you off, Elvish, but YouTube lately has been, their viewerships, there's things like that have been dropping, and a lot of the, this might have problems with terms and service with Twitch, but I'm going to say it because screw it. They're all going under. They're all going under. Like,
Someone would have to report you first.
yeah, knowing my luck, it'll probably happen. But basically, it's just all these big name popular streamers and game players, whatever you want, on YouTube are whinging and whining, oh, YouTube aren't doing this for us. They're not doing that for us. And it's like, why do you guys really care so much? Like, you're already getting paid by the service to do what you do. So, and only you guys are the ones being affected. Us little guys aren't getting affected.